But we're always looking at ways to light up our home, light up our lives. One of my favorite things is kind of like having a fire pit, but this is like a little mini fire pit that you can take and put outdoors. It is the coolest thing. And you know what we have done? Very first time you're seeing it this season. It was very popular last season. First time you're seeing it this season, and we are doing it at our lowest price ever, $29.99, 3 flex payments. We will even ship it to you free, so you might even consider a couple of these. Lou Caputo, you always light up our lives in so many different ways, but this may be one of my favorite.
You know what, Alice? I absolutely adore this little fire pit. First of all, I'm one of those guys, like the minute the temperature drops even a tiny bit, I'm making a fire. Okay, that's just me, because I just love the ambiance. I love the warmth. People want to gather around fires. They want to talk around them and have a good time. This is crazy simple. It's easy. You can put it on a tabletop. You could put it in, pretty much anywhere you want outdoors. It doesn't use wood. It doesn't use gas. It doesn't use these little gel cans. None of that stuff. No sterno, none of that. It uses isopropyl alcohol, regular rubbing alcohol that you can buy anywhere. So if you're sitting there going like, one night, man, I'd love to make a fire tonight, but we don't have any wood. We don't have this. We don't have that. You probably got some of this, and you can easily run to the pharmacy and get it. So it'll use any alcohol from 70 to 91%, isopropyl rubbing alcohol from 70 to 91%. Very easy to light. This is made of concrete. So when you look at the unit right here, this whole thing is one solid little piece of concrete. It has cork on the bottom of it, so it's not going to damage whatever tabletop it's sitting on. As you can see, I've got it on wood, these other ones here, and they're not damaging it. It comes with a lid, but it also will snuff out the flame if you want to, so it makes it really simple to do that. And then there's a removable stainless steel cup on the inside. This is what you're going to put the alcohol in. There's actually a little line on the inside. It's probably impossible to see it on camera here. Oh, there it is. There's a little tiny line inside of this. That's your fill line. So once you fill it with alcohol, you just take a lighter, you light it, and you've got about 30 to 45 minutes worth of flame that's going to come out of this. And you can see that this is a nice little flame that comes out of it. Look at this around my hands. Look at that. And you can see really as I pull back here. Yeah, and it does throw off a little bit of heat. Like you'll get about this far away and the heat starts to drop off a little bit. But if you have this in the center of a table, it's going to throw a nice little amount of heat to everybody that's sitting around that table. But now, having said that, like here in Florida, we had a major cold snap recently where the temperature dropped down about 10 degrees. So Kelly and I were sitting in the backyard the other night, and we said, you know what? Let's break this out, because it also helps keep the mosquitoes away by having an open flame out there. And Alice, I'm telling you, it just set a really lovely mood. We had a couple glasses of wine. We sat outside. It just sets a great mood.
It does. It sets this great, you bring such ambiance into everywhere you go, and you're doing it under $30. One of my favorite parts about it is not only the design, it's such a really great design. The fact that this is done with this concrete look, I mean, it really is a heavy piece, so you will feel the weight of it. So it's really got some weight to it. I love the cork on the bottom as well, so it's not gonna be slipping around or anything. And then on top of that, to have the top. So it really just, even when you're not using it, it's gonna be a beautiful piece. It really looks almost like a concrete piece. Very kind of hip, very cool. But when you light it up, this thing is gonna put off that flame that just makes everything warmer, cooler, better, and just adds that touch of ambiance and warmth and coziness that a fire always brings. But most of us can't do a fire pit. Most of us, don't have the permit, don't have this, whatever. You could build a fire pit, it can cost $1 zillion. Even the ones that are the great big ones, a lot of us just don't have the space for them. I don't want to have to clean it out, all of that. Nothing here. This is not low maintenance, this is no maintenance, because all you do is just add alcohol. And that's my second favorite thing. I used to have gel candles, because here in Florida, it's very hard to get a fireplace. So I did these I think they were called gel fireplaces. And you had to go and buy this special gel. It was stupidly expensive. It was mostly just hard to find. Now, I have alcohol in my cabinet right now, so that is so easy and frankly, so affordable as a fuel.
Oh, no, absolutely. And that's my point, is that you can find it almost anywhere you want to get it from. Now, I don't know if you noticed what I was doing here, sitting in my little campfire scene, but I made myself a little s'more right there. And you could see how quickly and easily, ooh, marshmallow, how quickly and easily it melted that marshmallow. Look at the s'more that I made. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take a quick bite out of this just because I can't resist since I'm sitting here. Okay. Mmm.
Oh, that's so unfair.
Oh,
That's just not
see?
fair, okay?
If I was there in the studio, I could make some for you. Next time, you got to come here.
Okay,
Oh my
deal.
God, this is so good.
You know,
So good.
it's just fun to be able to do that no matter where you go. And
Yes.
you know, you don't want to always have to build a fire or something else. And you know, this just works so perfectly for those of us who just have a small little patio outside, or just want to add a little bit of warmth while you're sitting outside and taking in the view. And what a perfect time to do it when we have it sale priced, under $30. We'll ship it to you absolutely free. And just a simple thing, just even if you, whenever you want to store it, although the truth is, with a little flame like this, you know,
Yeah.
Lou, this is something you could use year round.
No, you could. And that, I was talking to our producer Gigi before the show, and I was telling her that, I used it like just a few weeks ago, so I consider that to still be fall here in Florida. I would use this in the springtime at night, absolutely.
Me
But
too.
here's the other thing, when you're done with it, let's say phone rings, you got to go inside, something happens, you want to put it out, you get a snuffer lid. So all I've got to do is just put that on there for a second, and just that fast, it's out. You see how quickly that put it out? And then if I want to light it again, just take your lighter, put it in there, ba-boom, it's right back on. And at the end of the day for me, sometimes there's times where I just want to put in the effort to, chop the wood, put the kindling in, make the whole fire. I'd rather just put a little bit of the alcohol in there that I can get any place. Light this up, you got the ambiance, you can make the s'mores or heat anything else up on here that you want to. And I'm not going out and not having to buy, there's that s'more, look at that thing. I'm going to finish that, by the way, when we get off the air. But I'm not going out and I'm not spending money on any of the Sterno, the gel cans,
Oh,
anything like that.
exactly.
Because once you run out of, is there an all-night Sterno store that I'm not aware of? Because I know I can get alcohol pretty much anywhere. Or like the fat wood. We have another little tabletop fire pit, and I actually have to put what they call fat wood. It's wood that's got a lot of oil in it, and you put it in there, but it's work. I'm like, I might as well just build a whole big fire if I'm going to do that. This is easy peasy. It gives you the ambiance, it gives you look, and it does give you that heat. And remember, when you want to snuff it, boom, put the top on, and in seconds, you're done.
And you
Look
know,
how quick that works.
the fun part about this, if you get a couple of these, take advantage of our flex payment, get a couple of these, and imagine how much your outdoors is going to look so cool if you put a few of these on a table, if you're having some people over, if you're tailgating even. Everything is going to have this great ambiance and warmth, and you get a real flame. Okay, this isn't a little flicker of something that's fake. It's a real flame. It's
No, it's
really
real.
burning, and frankly, it's a pretty serious flame. I mean, look at how big that flame gets. I have a lot of fires that I start that never ever reach that kind of height. So it's impressive, but it's so nice and compact, easy to store, and then the fuel, just being able to use alcohol, that is a really big deal.
Oh, it's huge. Well, and the other thing, it's concrete, so it's not going to rust. The cup inside is stainless steel. And look at me. I mean, all the lights are off in our studio right now, okay? And you can just see the flicker of the flames on the wall. You don't get that with little Sterno, fireplaces. You got to have a real fire to do that. Look at the walls behind me. Look at that flame effect, the flicker. When you see that close-up on my shirt, the whole table, everything around here is illuminated by this. So if you were sitting outside in your backyard, at a campsite, any place, and it's just totally pitch dark outside, and you want to have some ambiance, you want to have a little bit of light, you're going to get it with this. I mean, this is just, and it travels
actually
well,
a
too,
lot
I
of
should
light.
mention.
That is more than a little flickering flame. That's kind of a nice, great big flame. You'll like the way this looks. You'll like the weight of it. The fact that this has a concrete look to it, cork on the bottom. But like I said, very, very nice and weighted. And then all you do is just fill that with regular rubbing alcohol, which is what a great idea. And even when your top is on it, because that black with the concrete look gives it a very sleek look to it. Under $30, 3 flex payments, and your shipping and handling is absolutely free. So Lou, just a very unique way to bring that ambiance outside.
Isn't it cool? And you know what's the best thing about this is the holidays are right around the corner. We're going to be having friends over. We're going to be having family over. You're going to want to spend time. If you've got a deck outside, a patio, and you want to spend some time out there, this is absolutely perfect to have for those occasions because it's going to give you that warmth, that ambiance. I mean, let's face it, there's something about a fire. Whenever somebody makes one, everybody gets attracted to it. You're drawn to it. People open up, they talk, they laugh, they have a good time. And one of my favorite things is I can make my s'mores with this as well, as you saw me do that earlier. So if you got kids, grandkids, anything, anybody like that in your life that's going to be coming over, I'm going to do one more marshmallow just so you folks can see that this is, this is a legit flame. And we've been on the air now, I want to say, for about 10 minutes. You can see it hasn't diminished at all. This thing is still going full power. And it is just toasting up this marshmallow so nicely. And the other thing too is that it's contained in concrete. It has the cork on the bottom. I'm gonna move this out here so you can see, look at that. It lit that up. Absolute perfection, just like that. So folks, take advantages today just in time for those holidays that are right around the corner. What do you think, Alice? It's pretty awesome, right?
Very awesome, and that s'more looks really awesome. Okay, Lou, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, you owe me a s'more, all right, and I will collect on that one. Thank you so much. Love that. Okay, under $30 for that, and we're going to continue on.